Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Revian. If you're here to watch. It's what's bad Death Battles is again. It's Buffy versus Blade, right, right. I mean, what does Buff? I know. I'm gonna be honest. I know zero about Buffy. I've never seen a single episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Is that the whole name of the show? I, even though I grew up around that time, I just didn't see anything. I don't know even what channel it came on. Hmm. But Blade, I know a bit about Blade. I know like a little bit about Blade. I know nothing about Buffy. So really, I'm in the dark here, pretty much. But Buffy comes from books. Blade comes from comics. Doesn't change much, honestly. They're both. It doesn't mean much. Let's just get into this battle. I don't know who I'm voting for. I'm just gonna go for now. Let's say Blade. See if that changes. Oh, is this are they doing the live action one?
Versus Buffy, the Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And
all right.
It's our job to analyze their
weapons. Oh, this is doing live action.
To find out who would win a death battle.
All right.
They are known by many names: Revenant, Vortalok, Nosferatu, vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood. Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day.
The Daywalkers.
Is that really his costume?
Hang on. His original.
Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one
of
the
coolest
superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze. And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist.
Actually,
nobody talks about this. Blade doesn't need anyone.
You know what? Yeah, Blade's like, I deal with everything myself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost. And he drank her blood right before she gave birth. This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire.
During the process,
giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight. Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter
Is that
Jamal
easy?
Lafari, sharpening
that's a kind of dark way of doing it,
but that would reap the vampire plague for good. Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts, and his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding. He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. His fangs can drain his victims of magical energy.
Okay, that's different.
Studying the ways of Hong Kong kung fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah, yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu. While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes. By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. And on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman. Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this?
They don't really care.
He's right there. Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have
he's not on their radar. He's magical. That's somebody else's problem.
A hole that could never be filled. Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable.
Shotguns.
He's got so many.
Pistols, submachine guns.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katana.
Didn't he upgrade?
Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium. Specifically, secondary adamantium. A variant of the metal that is mass-producible. It may not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk. Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons. And the Justiciar here can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got some weird
well,
stuff
dang.
he can pull out of his ass, like a hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kind
What
of
is that?
dumb to
Wait,
turn
what's the
people into
point?
vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession,
Which
the
is
breathing gun. It is
What?
a living firearm
Oh.
that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
Oh.
They can even hurt hell lords and even greater threats like the cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything
Oh,
he
so
had
Blade-
and fought
alright.
his one-man war
Dang.
for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the
Was he-
Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the spirit of vengeance.
Alright,
Zarathos.
dang.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to
Work alone.
I
Yep.
probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of
He's
you
really
know,
stuck on this.
vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because
Oh.
he does have one classic vampire weakness.
He needs blood.
A thirst for blood! Blah!
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her.
But
If
she
his bloodlust
part
does
vampire?
overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even
So, like
better
Wolverine.
at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your
Oh,
body and
nah.
blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of
Alright,
vampiric
so she's a
powers,
vampire.
Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be
The
so
first
lonely
vampire,
anymore.
so there is-
With his daughter at his
before
side,
Drac.
and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Alright, so Blade's just... So, yeah, alright, back to this. So, if I knew a lot of the stuff with Blade already, but the breathing gun was new. And the fact that he can transform, I thought he was, he was strong, like, a regular vampire. He had, like, basic abilities, but didn't know about the Dracula stuff. I guess other than, like, not have, I don't know if he has any protection against mind control. The whole first vampire thing kind of showed he does, and I don't know if Buffy has anything like that, but other than that, I mean, we see how strong Buffy is. So far, I mean, Blade's just that guy. See what Buffy's got.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers, and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not
Alright.
exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only
Yeah.
goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her
Efficient.
mom to move to Sunnydale, California
I wouldn't call it
to
efficient.
start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth. where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the Valley, all right.
Ugh.
Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical
Of course
retcon
his name's
sister
Angel.
Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby Gang
I guess
would
he's
battle
not
a
liked.
never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels.
Are they still
Tens
going?
of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire
All right, let's
weaponry.
see.
There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in Gorgon venom that can turn you to stone.
All right, every basic crossbow, knives and stakes, morning stars, grenades, all that's common. The Hellfire launcher in below seems interesting. I'm guessing, we'll see. Hellfire launcher, laser rifle seems kind of regular. Olaf's hammer. Nope. All right, we'll see.
Oh, though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling,
Alright,
karate,
she
Kung
just
Fu,
learned-
Wushu, Tai Chi, Kendo, Capoeira, and Taekwondo.
Buffy apparently
Dang.
thinks Hong Kong's Kung Fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to
I thought it
ban
was only one
Rebar,
Slayer
punch
per
this 4.5-ton
generation.
monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of armor, she can survive
Okay.
massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next
Because she's a
episode.
Slayer.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or
All
that
right.
time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma
There's
she faced
128
on a daily
chapters.
basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those.
Excuse me. Huh? I didn't watch the show. I don't know. Apparently it's good. I'm just gonna leave it be. I didn't watch the show. I don't know. We're gonna move on.
Metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head.
So like the
dating
Avatar.
Back to the Stone Age.
Except
Buffy has dreamt of every
No help.
battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young. A reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy
Goodness.
sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly
She's gonna
responsibilities,
she's gonna be
Buffy's
revived
soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss.
until
Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This absolutely crushed Buffy, and
She was
ironically,
happy.
Annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano,
Oh,
which
wait.
caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of
let's see. So she's defeated Masters Dracula, first evil Hellmother. All right. She just said she beat vampires with that can't be defeated by normal means, which is Blade. But I mean, so far it's like the breathing gun's really like the. I don't know how strong. The the breathing gun's beating a lot of people. Cosmic Ghost Rider is really like, if it can hurt Cosmic Ghost Rider, can it hurt Buffy? That's really, oh my goodness.
Of course, both Buffy and her friends
still
have
don't know.
defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the First Evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into
Okay.
battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly
So the
needed
devil.
something to even the odds.
She beat the devil.
Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche,
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer
This is her
powers
breathing
and
gun.
created to defeat ancient demons. The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is
Well-
easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her
Yeah,
Slayer
but- yeah.
powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
Did they all die young too?
Thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
So, yeah, that axe is gonna be a problem. Oh man.
All right, the combatants are.
I mean, I want Blade to win, but she doesn't like long range. I think Blade has it, but close up, it goes to Buffy. And knowing Blade, they're gonna fight close up, and yeah, the breathing gun's really like the. Nah, I think she'll be able to. I think Buffy has this. Sadly, I want Blade to win though, but I think Buffy's got this.
Are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
All right.
It's time for a live-action death battle!
All right, let's see. I didn't see the last live action one. I think it was Nightwing versus Daredevil. Was it the last one? I didn't watch it. Sadly, I was I was younger. Wasn't interested. Oh, well, she's cooked. Boom. Oh, they're all vampires. She's like, all right, time to exterminate. Then we got
They were kings,
oh,
long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, gotten
they'll keep their distance for Blade. Like, let's
long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back
You're dead.
what was always ours. Tonight, we
feast.
feast.
Ah,
Daywalker.
And she that's just the start.
and goodbye. It's like, oh, no, I don't know why they'd be fighting each other, actually. In this situation, I feel like they'd be fighting with each other. Dead. Alright. The animation's good. Or the special effects, I mean, you know what I meant. Hey. They're doing their thing. Dang. Wait. Double kill. Alright. Dang. I guess for regular vampire, she keeps her special weapons for later. Alright, so they aren't fighting each other. Dang. Is that a light grenade? It is.
What if you can create your
Aw,
own
come on.
website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Oh, that was good. That was real good. Oh, she's already been. It's like, whoop. Dang, that thing looks horrifying. Oh, he thinks. Shink! Gone.
She was just a kid.
Not anymore.
Alright. Mass-produced adamantium blades, right? I mean, there's still adamantium. Not much is going to be able to... Yeah, you take the sword away. Alright, now it's fair. The rest of... He has experience on this side. You know, I forgot. You know, experience. But so did all the other beings she fought. Alright.
You out your damn mind?
Okay. Come on, Blade. No, this is good, actually. You know what? They did their thing here. Well. She has to have something, right? Slayer power, something. He's like, what? Hold up, wait a minute. What? Alright.
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Dang. Come on. Dang. Oh. Her axe versus the breathing gun. You killed the breathing gun. Except the bullets always find their target. Oh, he's mad now. The bullets always find their target though, so now she's dying from the inside, and he's, well, that axe cuts reality. it's really just who survives longer at this point now.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
And then right, his ultimate sword. I forgot what. I thought the breathing gun was the strongest weapon he had, honestly. All right, hold up. Come on, Blade. Let's see. He still into berserk mode, so he's not at his he's not at his strongest, but right, her weapons, yeah, cut in reality. Dang. And that blade, it was gonna matter with that sword. And there goes Blade. Oh, I was hoping for Blade to win. I mean, the bullet's still killing it from the inside. But
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
oh, that's
To be Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he had
has-
the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really?
Dang.
Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories.
I wanted to do my own.
Really?
See
Man,
who
Blade
would.
can't catch a break.
Let's break
All right, stat, skill, trump card, versatility. Trump card, it was Buffy. Versatility. Versatility. I guess Blade skill. No, skills is like skills is a tie. Versatility goes to Blade, but stats and trump card go to Buffy. So it should be. Yeah, stats, Buffy, versatility, Blade, skills as a tie, trump card, Buffy. That's what I'm thinking.
break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats.
That's Buffy's.
Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that can wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he
All right.
certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy
But
on the back foot
she's
for a time.
used to do
Blade
fighting
wins
this.
versatility.
But
Okay.
when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience
I so-
fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And
But-
Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more
Yeah, but
personal
she's used to
experience,
fighting people with
Buffy's
more
ability
experience.
to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least
Oh.
40 times older than Blade,
I did
gives
forget
her
about
the
this.
superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards.
So they're trump cards.
Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite?
Wouldn't matter.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul. Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
She can.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly, it just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer Sight. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us?
Unbreakable.
Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the site
The beta
killed
is better
Silas,
than the
a multiverse
mass-produced.
devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage
dang.
over the Daywalker.
Really thought Blade had a chance.
I was
but
hoping
Buffy
he had a
sure
chance,
Put a damn fear
Boomstick.
on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Next time on Death
I
Battle.
was hoping. Oh, hold up. Dante versus, I can't remember his name, from 16.
Subscribe and join.
Huh. Dante versus Clive. Oh, this is Dante. Easy. I was like, Clive's got the only I don't know. But Clive's final battle. That's like the I don't know how strong they were then. But other than that, it's like Dante clears this. So yeah. Don's gonna win this next one, but that's gonna be it, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope you have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Okay, peace out. Bye.